Welcome to the Brainstorming Workshop, brought to you by the Writing Center at Brightpoint. So, what is the purpose of brainstorming? Brainstorming is a process of forming new, different, and creative ideas around a certain area of interest. If you give yourself a chance, right, to test your balance, boundaries, and challenge yourself, you'll find that brainstorming is a wonderful way to generate ideas. Sometimes brainstorm can lead you down different paths, but the key is that brainstorming opens up your mind to many different possibilities. When you're brainstorming, this is the time where you can kind of see if a certain topic is a good idea or not, right? So, therefore, brainstorming can be a critical period, right? That you want to dedicate some time to, because after you brainstorm and you see that the topic is or is not where you want to go or what you even think that you're interested in, right? So, let's look at a couple ways. One thing before we begin is why brainstorming may be hard. Okay, so brainstorming is hard for really three reasons students complain about. They might have writer's block, they're trying to organize too many ideas, or they just don't have any knowledge. The writer's block is when you just can't seem to generate any ideas at all. And so then we're going to go over in the next slide the way that you can start to, right? Sometimes you just have so much information that it's hard to prioritize. And then sometimes you have a topic where you just know nothing about it. And so you don't have the ability to brainstorm because you don't know what it is you're brainstorming about. So, for those reasons, brainstorming can initially be hard, right? However, there are three different methods of brainstorming that we'll discuss in this presentation that should be able to help you, right? One is turning your topic into a question that you want to answer. The second one is free writing or making a list. And then the third is answering the five W's. Okay, so let's say that you're given a topic. All right, what you can do, write down your topic in the form of a question. And by doing this, sometimes this can actually help spark some ideas as to how to answer that question. So, example, let's say I'm writing about whether or not space exploration is beneficial and if it should receive funding. And I might ask myself, hmm, what makes space exploration a beneficial area to invest funding into? From there, my thoughts start to form questions, answers to my question. Expanding our resources is a good benefit. Finding a new home for humanity in case something happens to Earth is another. And so you see, posing your topic as a question can help jog your brain into a problem solving mode, right? And it can produce some ideas on how you can begin to write your assignment. Another brainstorming strategy is what we call free writing or lists, right? This is a lot of students when they receive writer's block, this is very helpful, right? So there's two ways that you can free write, right? You have what's known as a timed free write. So you set a timer for 10 or 15 minutes. And during that time, you write everything that comes to mind, right? And you write it down freely. Just let it flow from you. Don't worry about if it makes sense or if it's right or if it's wrong or if you could use it or if you can't use it. The important thing is to just write it down, right? You don't even have to worry about if it's the full sentence or the wording or the spelling is correct. You want, because your mind thinks quickly. And so you want to get it all down on paper and just give yourself this time period to just freely write, right? Another way that you can do it is free write through questions, right? Some people, they don't like the idea of just writing everything down and then sorting through it to see what is important. They might require a little bit more structure, right? So then they might have a topic, and then what you do is you write down questions that you'd like to answer about this topic, right? And so you just go question after question after question, right? Examining it, right, from the top and the bottom and both sides, everything that you can think of related to this topic, right? You can ask a question. And in both instances, when you free write, the key is to not get yourself caught up into what you're asking is right or wrong, or what you're thinking is right or wrong, but to give yourself the freedom to expand and write as much as possible, because you're going to be able to, after that, go and cross out what seems too much or is not relevant or that you can't do anything with. Another way to free write is to answer the five W's, right? So when you answer the five W's, who, what, where, when, and why, right? That can help you begin to free write. So if we went back to our space exploration example, right? So our topic is space exploration. So what is it, right? Why do we need to fund it? Right? When did funding become a controversial idea? Or like, where will the funding go to? And who will be funding? Right? You can ask even more questions, right? If you broaden your thinking, right? You can become as detailed as you need to be, but you can see how starting with these five W's, it begins to make you think. It's like, okay, and from that, you can begin to narrow down what it is that you want to focus on. So the key is, all right, or the biggest takeaway from this brainstorming workshop is to try all the different methods out there to find out what works best for you. But if you ever find yourself stuck and you just can't make it through, you have two resources here. The first, you can go to our brainstorming activity sheet at the Writing Center LibGuide, or you can actually come into the Academic Resource Center, and one of the writing tutors will certainly be happy to work with you. Thank you for attending our workshop today.